Hello friends, in this video we will study how to draw equivalent circuits for every parameters that we have seen in the last video lecture, which is Z parameter, Y parameter, H parameter, G parameter and T parameter also. Let us start. As we have already discussed in the last video lecture how to get equations for every parameter, so this is just a continuation for every parameter. When we have equation, how to draw equivalent circuit. So when we talk about Z parameters, which are also called as open circuit parameters, we had equation as V1 V2 in terms of I1 I2, and since these are Z parameters, we replace empty spaces with Z. So what we have here is Z11, Z12, Z21 and last is Z22. Let us understand, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. I'll tell you certain important things. I request you just note down those things. First, when we have voltage equation, it gives you series circuit. Whenever you have current equation, it gives you parallel circuit. It's very simple. Voltage equation gives you series circuit, current equation gives you parallel circuit. As we can see in Z parameter, we have two equations and both the equations are voltage equations, meaning that both the equations are going to give me what type of circuit? Of course, it is series type of circuit. Why it is so? Let's understand this. When we say V1 is equal to, let's say, A plus B. So in that case, when I say V1 is equal to A plus B, means A has to be voltage and B also has to be voltage only, right? Whereas if I say I1 is equal to, let's say, A plus B, it means what is A and B? A and B has to be currents only. So it means this is also current and this is also current. When we add two voltages, we add two voltages only when two voltage sources are connected in series. Whereas two currents, let's say A and B, gets added only when it is a part of parallel circuit. And that's the reason why I said that voltage equation gives you series circuit and current equation gives you parallel circuit. So let's start drawing a equivalent circuit. Refer equation number 1, which is nothing but equation of voltage 1. So when I say V1 is equal to Z11 times I1 and Z12 times I2, it means first part, which is Z11 times I1, has to be what? Has to be voltage, whereas Z12 times I2 also has to be voltage. It means both of them are individually voltages. Whereas when I say V1 is equal to Z11 times I1, I1 is a current. In fact, it is port 1 current. Am I right? Let me just draw it. You will understand it. See, this is port number 1 having voltage as V1. And the source current of port 1 is of course I1. So when I say I1 is a current, Z11 has to be what? Z11 has to be impedance, because Ohm's law says that I into Z is what? Impedance. So this impedance is nothing but your Z11, which gives you this polarity plus minus. I'm sure you understood this. So V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. Now check it out. When I say Z11 times I1 has to be voltage, it means Z12 times I2 has to be what? Voltage. Out of, when I say this is a voltage, this is what? This is a current. Then what is Z? It is of course impedance. So current into impedance, that is what I have shown as a modeling. Z11 I have shown it is impedance having unit as ohms. I1 is a current which is flowing through it, and that's the reason why voltage drop across it is what? I1 times Z11. So this is how we have already simulated. The second thing is remaining. When I say I2 is what? I2 is current. Then Z12, of course it is impedance. But let me tell you, Z12 cannot be shown as a normal impedance, because your Z12 times I2 it is. Z12 times I2. I'm sure you have understood that we have started with port 1. In port 1, naturally we cannot show I2 current. Am I right? That is the reason why Z12 I2 is definitely a voltage, but it cannot be shown as current into impedance. It has to be shown as a dependent voltage, or in fact it is what we called as dependent voltage source, that is plus minus having magnitude as Z12 times I2. This is how we deal with equation number 1. Equation number 1 have got this as equivalent circuit. Let's start with equation number 2. Now check it out, equation number 2. Equation number 2 says V2 equal to Z21 times I1 plus Z22 times I2. Again, Z21 times I1 and Z22 times I2, both of them has to be what? Of course, they has to be voltages. If both of them are voltages, check it out, Z22 times I2. See, Z22 times I2, it's something that I can show in port 2 because port 2 has current I2. Whereas Z21 times I1, I cannot show in port 2. Understand the situation. I1, it's something which you cannot show at port 2 because I1 belongs to port 1. That's the reason why I can now say like this, plus minus V2, which is nothing but this. Impedance I can show as Z22. I2 is a current which is flowing through this, having polarity plus minus. With same polarity, I should show you this voltage. I mean, this is plus minus, then this has to be plus minus because both the voltages are getting added. Remember, when voltages are getting added, it means they are connected in series and both of them are having same polarity. When voltages are getting subtracted, it means both of them are connected in series but having different polarities. So what is the magnitude of this? The magnitude of this is nothing but Z21 times I1. Now this becomes equivalent circuit for Z parameter. You have to remember this circuit because in the gate problems, sometimes the circuit comes. Thereafter, you have to draw this equivalent circuit and you have to compare with the given circuit, and accordingly to get Z11, Z12, Z21 or Z22 values, we will be solving such problems in next video lectures. Now we can start with Y parameters. In Y parameter, which are also called as short circuit parameters, you know the fact that currents are functions of voltages, that is I1, I2, were functions of V1, V2. I can now replace empty spaces with Y parameters, which are Y11, Y12, Y21 and last is Y22. So these are equation number 1 and equation number 2 for me. Refer these two equations. Can't you see both the equations are current equations? And we know the fact that current equation gives you what kind of circuit? It gives you parallel circuit. So I1 gives you parallel circuit, I2 also gives you parallel circuit. Of course, you don't have to forget that I1 V1 will be only a part of port 1 and I2 V2 will be part of compulsory port 2. So now when I try to draw I1 is equal to Y11 times V1 plus Y12 times V2, of course it is going to form a parallel circuit. Let me just draw port 1 side where you have voltage as V1 and current as I1. As you can see, it is going to form a parallel circuit. It means the first element will be what? The first element is nothing but Y11 as admittance and the voltage across it is nothing but V1 and that becomes a current. Now I would like to give you some clarity on this topic. See, you know the fact that V is equal to I times Z, or you can say that I is equal to V by Z. I can rewrite this as I equal to V into 1 by Z. What is meant by 1 by Z? 1 by Z is inverse of Z. It is nothing but Y. So I is equal to V into what? Y. Now I want you to concentrate on first term where it says I1 is equal to something plus something. So what that something plus something is? That has to be current. So check it out. I can't say that Y11 into V1 is a current. Yes, I can say that it is a current, where Y12 into V2 is also a current. That's what I really want you to get a clarity, that V into admittance, that is V into Y, gives you current. That's the reason why now as you can see Y11 times V1 gives you first current, whereas second current is nothing but Y12 times V2. Understand the fact that it is Y12 times V2 and V2 belongs to which port? Port 2. And since I am at port 1, I cannot actually draw V2. That's the reason why I will say, in fact, this is also a current. This is also a current, but I would say it is a dependent current source which depends on V2. So now I can show some dependent current source like this in downward direction compulsory, because if this is downward direction, this has to be downward direction, having magnitude as Y12 times V2. In a similar fashion, now I can draw equivalent circuit at output side also. Plus minus V2, that is port 2. Source current is I2. As you can see, I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Again, it means this current gets divided into two parts. The first part is Y22 times V2. So I can actually show Y22 here. and V2 is voltage across this, so definitely this current is nothing but your Y22 times V2 is first current. And what is the second current? Second current is Y21 times V1. Again, see, this current depends on V1. If this current depends on V1, I cannot show you physically where V1 is, because V1 is a part of port 1. At port 2 side, when you are drawing something related to V1, then it has to be a dependent source only. So this has to be a dependent source, like this, downward direction compulsory, having magnitude as Y21 times V1. And now this become equivalent circuit for Y parameter. This is how we deal with Y parameters. Let's go to the next parameter, which is hybrid parameter. For drawing these diagrams, you should know only two things. First, you should know standard equations for respective parameter. Along with that, you should know only basic, that voltage equation gives you series circuit, current equation gives you parallel circuit. And on the same theory, I'm going to draw circuits for all the parameters. Let's see H parameters now. H parameters, V1 and I2 were functions of I1 and V2. And since it belongs to H parameters, I will say it is H11 here, H12 here, H21 here, and H22 here. Now start drawing a equivalent circuit for this. In case if you are watching video, I would request that you pause this video, start drawing it yourself, and then resume the video and see to it whether you have drawn it correctly or not, because this is the only way you should study this. So let's start drawing this. Refer this as equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now for equation 1, since you can see it is a voltage equation, naturally it is going to give you what type of circuit? Series circuit. So this will be a series circuit. Similar fashion I'll start with port 1, having port 1 voltage as V1, port 1 current as I1. We know the fact that it is nothing but a series circuit. Now check it out. I1 is a current which is nothing but a current which belongs to port 1 only. It means naturally I can show I1 into H11. If it tells you it's a voltage, then H11 has to be what? Impedance. And you can check. In fact, H11 is nothing but V1 by I1. So of course H11 is nothing but your impedance in ohms. So plus minus is the polarity that you got. Second, as you can see, if H12 into V2 is also a voltage, but V2, since it belongs to port 2, so when you show something which is belonging to port 2, you have to show it as a dependent source. And of course it has to be a voltage source, because you are actually constructing a voltage equation. So this will be plus minus H12 times V2. Similarly, when you start with port 2, this is current I2. You see equation number 2. Equation number 2, as you can see, it's a current equation. It means it bound to give you what type of circuit? Parallel circuit. So it has to be a parallel circuit in which the first element is H21 I1. Again, now you have gone to port 2, and when you are talking about I1, it has to be a dependent one. Whereas when you see a second part, H22 times V2, now V2 actually belongs to what port? Again port 2, and you are at port 2, you can actually show this as a current. In fact, let me tell you, your H22 is nothing but your admittance in mho. You can verify here itself. I2 by V2 is nothing but your H22. So of course I upon V gives you what? It gives you mho, that is admittance part. And second part you can show as a current source here, compulsory in downward direction, having magnitude as H21 times I1. So this is how we deal with H parameter, and this is nothing but equivalent circuit for H parameter. Now we'll draw a diagram for inverse hybrid parameter, which are also called as G parameters. In G parameter, which are also called as inverse hybrid parameter, you actually reverse the process of hybrid parameter. In hybrid parameter, if you remember, port 1 voltage and port 2 current were dependent. Now it becomes exactly reverse. Now V1 and I2 comes as a part of equation, and remaining I1 and V2 appears here. Now to complete this, we replace all the empty spaces as G11, G12, G21 and last is G22. This has become equation 1, this has become equation 2. Start drawing now equivalent circuits. As you can see the first equation, it is nothing but a current equation. Naturally, if it is a current equation, it will give you parallel circuit. So start drawing this plus minus V1, I1. It's a parallel circuit. Now check it out. It is G11 times V1 as a first part. Is it V1? Yes. Is it related to port 1? Answer is yes. Then I can actually draw it as a part of what? G11 in terms of mho, and voltage across it is nothing but V1. Current through any admittance is nothing but G times V, that we have already discussed. And the second current, as you can see, G12 times I2. Now since we were at port 1, I cannot actually show you I2. If something is related to the opposite port, you should always show that as a dependent source. It means it is a dependent current source. Of course, that in downward direction, having magnitude as what? It is G12 times I2. Now this has become your first part of the circuit. Second part of the circuit can be drawn like this, plus minus V2, and this is I2. Now check it out, the second equation. The second equation is a voltage equation, meaning that it's a series circuit. So check it out. First element G12 times V1. Since we have now moved to port 2 and it is something V1 which is related to port 1, it means it will come as a dependent source. Whereas G22 into I2, I can of course show as a impedance part here. So I can actually show your G22 here. Of course it is in terms of ohms, through which I2 current is flowing, having plus minus as a polarity. With same polarity, I should show some dependent voltage source having magnitude as G21 times V1. So as you have seen, now we have developed equivalent circuit for G parameter. Now we will discuss about T parameters. See, for T parameters, you know the fact that inputs are functions of outputs, meaning V1 I1 depends on V2 I2, and what we have here is A, B, C, D along with negative sign here. Now look at this V1. See, this V1 equation belonging to port 1, and if it is a voltage equation, what does that mean? It means that port 1 should have series circuit. See, V1 equation is there, it means port 1 should have series circuit. I mean, just before drawing the diagram, I'm just trying to analyze these two equations because there is a problem. Now if you see I1, again I1 refers to port 1, it means it is nothing but port 1 equation. So I1 equal to CV2 minus DI2. Again, since it is a current equation, what does that mean? It should give you a parallel circuit. It means a port 1 should be a parallel circuit. Now there is a tie between these two. First equation says you should draw a series circuit. Second equation says no, you should draw a parallel circuit, and there is absolutely no circuit for port 2. What does that mean? This is a limitation of transmission line parameters. Since these things are happening, we cannot draw equivalent circuits for T parameter as well as for inverse T parameter also. So please make a note that since this is a limitation, see once again, the first equation is a V1 equation which says port 1 should be a series circuit. Second equation is I1 equation, nothing but current equation. Again it refers to port 1, it means port 1 should be what circuit? A parallel circuit. I cannot draw a circuit which looks like series circuit also and parallel circuit also. I can draw it as a either series circuit or parallel circuit, and that's the reason why it is a limitation of transmission line parameters that we cannot draw equivalent circuit. Please make a note of it. Equivalent circuits are not possible for T as well as inverse T, which is supposed to indicate as small t parameters. So don't forget this. Equivalent circuits can be drawn only for Z parameter, Y parameter and H parameter. as well as for inverse h parameters also, but not for t parameter and small t parameters. I'm sure you have understood all these parameters, and also you have understood how to draw equivalent circuits when a parameter is known to you. Remember, at the end, I will say it again. If it is a voltage equation, it gives you series circuit. If it is current equation, it gives you parallel circuit, and so on. If the certain parameters are given, how to draw equivalent circuits for the same. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay tuned to Ekeeda. Subscribe to Ekeeda.